Hello everyone and welcome to my very first chill coding stream. Today I want to build volleyball scoreboard for my FlyScore plugin and discuss some things that were recently discussed on various videos on YouTube about this plugin, and just have chill session of coding as well as addressing some other issues I had recently, hence why you haven't seen many updates on my plugins recently. So I already have the Fly Scoreboard installed. If you don't have it or you don't know what Fly Scoreboard is, go to streamrc.com, go to resources and look for FlyScore. FlyScore is basically a plugin that allows you to control various types of scoreboards directly from OBS Studio. I already have it installed, so I don't need to, but there's an important thing here. I will download the base overlay because, of course, I have some custom ones already made, so I start building from a scratch one. Okay, let's just save it anywhere on the desktop. And yeah, the general issue here with my plugins in general, with the browser source and ones that use all kind of overlays, including my VincyFlow. In my previous videos, I forgot to mention that you have to put the overlays in a writable path where OBS Studio can write the plugin data. So all you have to do is moving that overlay in documents or wherever else you want. I'll just create a new folder and I will call it volleyball, and I will place the overlay inside that folder. So I have my folder in my documents and my volleyball here. So this is the overlay. Now, if I go back to OBS Studio, you have the set resources folder. Just click on it, go to your documents, volleyball, and click on the overlay. Once you have that selected, if you go inside, you will see the plugin already creates this plugin JSON and the hotkey JSON. These are the core features for the plugin itself, and it's also the script.js. Of course, this is not important if you want to create your scoreboards using an AI, for example. You can basically completely recreate the entire thing. Just read the data from the plugin, and the hotkey is only used for OBS Studio. But if you want to control that from outside, of course, you can do that by editing the hotkeys.json file. Let's open up the plugin. Of course, it's going to be a one-liner. And here you have all the data from OBS Studio through the control the doc. Okay. Oh, this is the base plugin where I just show you how to use the stat system. And I will open my Visual Code. Actually, let's just go with Google Anti-Gravity. And of course, it's not allowing me to open it. Okay, well, let's just fall back to Visual Code. Then open the folder, go to Documents, Volleyball, and open the overlay folder. Yes. Okay. What I like to do is basically opening a local web server using PHP, just so I can inspect the whole thing without having to go to OBS Studio. So let's select the browser source first. In the next version, as a person suggested in my YouTube, I will have to update the bounding box, because if you want to create a vertical scoreboard, you will have a lot of issues. So the bounding box will be fixed on the next versions, but until then, all you have to do is double click on the browser source or right click on it, go to properties, and here you can make it full HD. So 920 to 180p. Hit OK. Okay. Now the bounding box is on the entire screen. Okay, let's go back to Visual Code. From here, we can wipe up pretty much everything, but for reference, I will just keep some parts of the code and put them on top. I need the color styling, the logo. Actually, let's just start from what we already have. Let's clear everything from the style. Okay, now if I go to OBS Studio and refresh the source, all you have here is just a bunch of text. And this is the reason why I like to create, to start a local web server, because I don't like this black screen when I code. And for that, I just go to terminal, new terminal. I already have PHP installed. If you don't have, you can use any other kind of engine to start a local web server. So php.s localhost 8080. Okay. And as you can see, I already have this working. I don't like that. Just bind there and like this. Okay. Now, of course, if I go to OBS Studio, let's put it here and update the points. As you can see, the points are updating. Let's update the guest. So we already have pretty much everything working correctly. But before we go any further, let's go to ChatGPT and tell me what parameters do I need for a volleyball scoreboard. Okay, I don't really need this for the scoreboard. I don't need that either. We can keep the match time. Not necessarily to use the logos. Home sets and away sets. So for that, I'm going to stats and call this. Actually, we'll leave the points because definitely we need them. And let's add the sets. Okay, so we have the points and the sets. Okay. We can also use a timeout, but not really necessary. For the rotation, we already have. We can use the rally count to show how many points a team stored in a row. So let's add a new one here and call it rally. Okay. And timers, of course, are optional. I don't want to use them. Sweet. So let's jump back in Visual Studio Code. And here, so I want to create a vertical scoreboard, but I said we are not using the timers, also not using, actually we can use the period just to show the current set. So let's go back here to single stats and have an extra time, but I want here to have the current set. Okay, so we have the points, we have the sets. Actually, this will be the set points and current set. Okay, so what we need from here is team one title. Okay, let's save it somewhere here. And we also need team Y title. We don't need the logo. We need the score. This is the score for team X. And the score for team Y. Let's just call it score Y. And Y. We also need, because we set 3 fields here, so we need the sets and we need the rally. So that's sets, that's rally. Okay, and here sets and rally. Okay, and that's going to be field 1 and field 2. Here as well, field 1 and field 2. Okay, we don't need timers, and we need a single stats, which I forgot to add to the base overlay. So just give me a minute. Let's reopen the FlyScore board. And let's go to the overlay. Okay, so we need this one. Okay. So single stars label, single stars value. This is going to be for the current round set. Sorry. Okay, so basically that's it. Let's delete everything else. Let's close this div and the other one. Okay, let's refresh everything and see what we have. Okay. So basically now we can create the overlay. And for that, let's just create a class ages team row. Wrap everything in the row. Same for this one. div class HS theme row. Okay, time to sip some coffee. Okay, now we have everything wrapped here. Now, what I want to do is create this and just give a color so I can start styling it directly in DevTools. Okay. Now, if we go to inspect, and go to theme row. Okay, let's display it as a grid. Grid template columns. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So for the name, we need about 100 pixels. One FR, one FR, one FR, one R. So we basically have 4. Okay. We have an error. Value property value. Ah, come on. I forgot how to create the grids. Uh, I forgot the repeat. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Now we have the grid, but I think here I missed something. Oh, no, it's okay. Good. Now let's give it a style. But before that, I will also need the theme accent from the base here. Okay. Oops. Come on. Okay. And here the theme Y color. Okay. Now let's set the ages name minus theme accent. Now let's set it by default to red. And set the background okay, that should work. Sweet. But actually we need to put this in root. So See. So as you can see, it's already taking the colors from here. Let's set this one to a blue and do not swap. Oops. Okay. Also, if we refresh this, we should already have the scoreboard here. Good. Now let's go back to our inspector. For the edges, probably let's set some more variables here. We need the HS global padding. It's gonna be, let's set it to RAM. Also, we need a HS global font size. Again, to RAM, because we want the font to be big enough so we can actually see what's on the scoreboard. And let's find a nice font for well, I need a Google font links. Okay, let's just use this one. And for the font family, okay, and we can use here the font size, HS global font size. Okay, this should be working nice. So if we refresh the page, yes, because I wrapped everything in the .id instead of IPAN. Okay, sweet. So far so good. Okay. Now we can adjust here, but I don't want to repeat here. Let's ask our friend. So it was that simple. Okay. Let's see if I go back. Sweet. So let's set this display flex, align item center, font weight bold, color. Let's set it to white. Okay. Justify content center. Okay. And for the padding, let's set the HS global padding. I think that's going to be too big. So let's set the font to be bigger. Go 4. And just one rem, it's more than enough for that. Okay. Now for the HS score. Then just copy the heading. And let's remove the gap here because I want them connected. Again, we can use display flex, justify content center, just like that. Sweet. And let's give it a nice background. HS core. Actually, let's set it to a blue or something. I don't really like it. I can just leave it white for now. Yes, I will leave it white. So background, oops. Okay, if you go back to OBS Studio and refresh, you can see it looks nice already. Let's set the another way. 500 and 500. Okay. Let's just leave it here for now. Okay, now we need a top row here. We can still use the theme row because we already have the grid. Here we can use a placeholder. Here, actually we can just use the template from here. I just put it there. No need for the style here. And let's just set it to an empty space. Again, we don't need this, and this. So basically here we have the points. Here we have the sets. And here we have the Raleigh. Okay, if I refresh, we already have the grid here. Let's set everything to 2FR. Actually, let's set it to 100 pixels and 100 pixels. That's to probably, let's see in OBS Studio. I may have to increase that with at least 1,000. Okay, so they are still overlaying. Then let's go back. One FR, one FR, one FR. Yep, that's better. And the team row. Let's just create a header row here. And that's going to be way better. Actually, no. We need the ages blank. HS blank. It uses everything from here except the theme accent, and of course we don't need color, we don't need font weight. Oops. Okay, so HS blank here. Sweet. And now if I go back to OBS Studio, actually, for this, we can just do something else. Let's make a head row. Oops, not like that. Okay, so we are not setting the background on the element, we are just going to set a background on the row. So here, let's set the background. Let's set it to white for now and just make it a little different so we can see the difference. Sweet. We are almost there because we now need a footer row here, but we also need a script. I'll show you later on. So instead of current set, well, let's just create the .hs footer row. And here we need only 2 columns. So grid template columns repeat to auto. Okay. So HS footer row. Just copy everything from there. Paste it twice. Here we'll just leave the label, and below we are leaving the value. Let's see what we have. I really don't like it. Let's just make it this way then. Okay. And here we need some blanks between the first and the last. That's pretty much it. Except that Still need to set a different layout. Okay, let's just copy this. Make this 200 pixels. Okay, something is not refreshing there in the state. Okay. Needs to be bigger than 200. Let's set it to 400 pixels. Okay, now we have it. But we also need to set the age as field texts. Now that we have it set, let's go to OBS Studio. Refresh the cache. Okay. Now we already have a working scoreboard. Okay, the show hide, it's not working. Okay, because I'm missing the is hidden class. Okay, position 3 seconds. Oh, all right, let's see now. Have I forgot to save anything here? It's for some reasons the style for is hidden, it's not applying. Oh, okay, it's working now. Okay, 3 seconds may be a bit too much. Let's set to 1 second. And for the show, we still need a transition, so it looks better. And of course, it's not applying again. Okay, sweet. So that's pretty much it, building the scoreboard. And now we can, of course, just play with it. Let's reset everything. Oh, we can just go set the current set. We can go back to team stats and set the rally. Of course, we can just also just write. So it applies directly. and here how many sets were won by a specific team. And of course, here we can also create for each set. And actually, let's just do this. Okay. Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, and set 5. Great. So here we can make it basically the score for each set. And let's just create a quick row for that. So here below the sets, we need, let's create a set row. HS set row. We need 5 equal sized columns. So 1 far. Actually, I can just do repeat 5, 1 far. Okay. HS set row. Let's create a class here. Okay. In the class, HS blank, and let's set this here. Sets. So I basically need 6 rows. So for that, 200 pixels, 1 FR, 1 FR. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's make it this way. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, we can just copy paste the style from the previous ones. So that HS sets set stat. Okay. Of course, for the row, we can also copy. Oh, here we have a small error. Y and Y here. Ah, oops, my bad. We don't even need these IDs. Just if we want to toggle something script side. So let's set the background for this as well. Just set it to white for now. And now we can wire up the stats. So 1, 2. Here we have the X. Here we have the Y, and we go for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then just copy paste it here. Great. So now, if I go back here, let's increase the height to 700. Okay. And also refresh the cache. Okay. And of course, I need to set the style for the blank here. It's here. So ages set row, ages blank. It's basically the same thing should happen here. Let's refresh. Okay. Now, of course, for the set one, we can do 1525. Oops. Okay, we have a small error here. Of course we have, because I forgot to set the X here. And now if I just refresh, we have the correct sets. So 2518, and the final one 2826. So that's it. That's how easy you can create a new scoreboard in less than an hour. That's fully working, fully compatible with the plugin. And one more thing that was noticed by somebody who's using the scoreboard. I know it may sound stupid, but you have to keep the browser source on top. Because of course, if you put other overlays over the scoreboard, it will stay behind, so your scoreboard will not be seen. Right. Oh, that's pretty much it. If you enjoy this video, and again, this is my very first stream. I wanted to start streaming back in 2019, but I don't know. As you can see, my English is not the best. I'm still learning. So hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And please, if you haven't already and you like my videos, just subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below if you want to see other similar videos. And of course, check out my OBS Studio resources. Most of them are free. The other ones are kind of cheap, from 99 cents to, I don't know, $3-4. That um, keeps me motivated to continue working on this, especially now that I have an issue with Google. I received this notice from OBS project that I was using domain that was breaking their policies, their terms of uses, and I had to completely rebrand everything that I started back in 2019. And for that, uh, with the new domain, Google keeps denying my AdSense request. So the only revenue resource is my coffee page to be able to continue all these projects. And if you don't know what I'm doing, you can find my whole portfolio in the description of this video. I create all kind of OBS Studio resources, browser sources, plugins, scripts, everything that you can that you can imagine and you may be needing in your streams. So thank you again for watching, and I don't know if this video it's showing some love. I may be creating other similar videos. Until then, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.